These are the great wing shooting destinations of the world, steeped in tradition, offering the pinnacle of shotgun sport. Tour the planet with us.
Pheasants are beloved foreigners in the places where they are popular game birds. Despite their origin in Asia, the pheasant is most esteemed as a bird of sport in Europe and North America. It's in the New World that many wing shooting aficionados opine the long-tailed rooster pheasant is king of all game birds. In any locale, whether jumped from a field or driven from elevated covers, pheasants will challenge the shotgunner's skills. An ideal scenario is shooting driven pheasants the first day and shagging the birds that were missed in a walk-up hunt on day 2. Normally, one must travel to England or Scotland to experience such a hunt. Not necessarily, however, as we discovered when Wing Shooting the World visited Highland Hills Ranch near Condon, Oregon. Chris Batha hosted the Best of the British driven pheasant shoot in January, along with good friend Dale Tate, who's a shooting instructor and master gunmaker.
I asked Dale Tate to come along to make it a success. We needed more people than I could coach on my own, so Dale, good friend, joined me, and we made it the best of British driven shoots.
How I see the week coming up, these are not just a shooting lesson. I mean, after these gentlemen have finished here, and they can go to Sandringham, Holcombe Hall back in England, or up to Scotland on the west or east coast, and they will not feel totally out of it because they've had that experience.
Before the hunters took to the field, Chris and Dale conducted a wing shooting clinic that covered techniques on shooting driven birds, as well as instruction on safely dropping the walked-up birds.
1,200 birds total for the day is an incredible bag. You know, you're going to get all the shooting you want. You'll have hot barrels all day. So these are safety zones that mustn't be fired in. In other words, you don't turn through the line. You lift your gun up and do a smart about face and shoot, and a smart about face back. But as I say, I wouldn't shoot behind. Let's go shoot Clays. Yes. Go and teach them everything we know. We'll be back by about 11:10.
Easy.
Later, the anxious hunters shot clay targets thrown from a ridge more than 100 feet high to simulate the high-flying birds they would encounter on the driven hunt.
Having trouble judging that distance.
Yeah, no, well, that's why you're here.
And I want you to turn the head over there. All right? Good, perfect.
You've got good stance, good ready positions, and I'm expecting a really nice shot. And this is what happens. Pull. Yeah, it's a thump into the shoulder and a flick at the target. And you're rushing your gun mount. Rushing ruins rhythm.
Tempo, tempo, tempo. Rushing ruins rhythm.
Visualize you just killed it. Come back to here.
The fact that we could go ahead and have one day of instruction with some very, very good people really gave me a lot of good insight on what to expect the next day.
Again, flinch. Why do we flinch?
We're going to cure the flinch.
Yes, because you're going to breathe.
Clean it! Too far in front.
1, 2, kill, down. That's all right.
Oh, move to it. Now brush out the front. That's a much better shot.
Stop. I stopped it.
Want to have a break.
Okay.
You've got tons of time here. You've got at least 4 seconds to shoot this target, you know. Oh. I know it sounds crazy, you're not executing. And the whole secret about killing them is to kill them all, and you have to execute them. And I'm not talking about birds, I'm talking about clays.
Remember, if you see the bird, the barrel's here, your shot string's behind the bird.
Oh, the first day was absolutely fabulous. We had instruction, learned how to shoot the high birds.
They sharpened their skills considerably as the day pressed on.
Yes!
Good shot. Well done. Have a rest.
Had a great morning. Really nice crowd of people, very enthusiastic and keen to learn. And we're making progress. Nice frosty morning, but the sun came out, took the sting out of the cold, and you just can't believe what a perfect setting. This is so like Scotland. It's absolutely the best of British and the best of pheasant shooting in the United States of America.
With all the help they've had with the clay targets, getting the etiquette, how to stand, gun position, head up, head down, turning on the birds, that was a great help, especially for the driven shoot, which was the following day.
The hunters apply their newly acquired skills to shooting driven birds when Wing Shooting the World with Chris Batha returns. Wing shooting driven pheasant is the order of the day here at Highland Hills Ranch in the foothills of Central Oregon. Lodge owner Dennis McNabb organized this traditional European-style event in order to offer both driven and walked-up shooting opportunities for his guests here in the U.S.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this. Our staff, we have the best staff around, and everybody from our beaters to our picker-ups.
I tell you now, I can't wait to get out there. I wish I was shooting myself, but it's going to be spectacular. It really is.
What we're going to do is we're going to choose pegs, random lottery system. Remember your number, and on each drive we will move up 2. By moving up 2, we will ensure that we spread the shooting through the guns. And so we will start with the most senior gentleman. And you have first pick, Elder Stevens. How many Elder pick? Just one, sir. Just one. There's plenty of birds, got over 1,200 birds, 4 300-bird drives. There's no need to follow a bird to the ground. Shoot them in the air, blue sky, or in this case, cloudy sky around them, and you're safe. You can't do any damage, and have fun. Just be safe.
Chris Batha came out last year and filmed a couple shows, and he thought this would be an ideal place to have a driven shoot.
It's a mixture. It's like Scotland and Yorkshire. It's just fantastic. There's so much typography here. You know, with the ground cover, the orchards, the rocks, everything. It's first class.
We've got some wonderful canyons and bluffs. The pheasant's going to be driven through the cover crops and come off these high bluffs, presenting some of the most exciting high driven and passing shots that you could wish for. What you're seeing is the first attempt to do a traditional European shoot in the USA. There's many continental thrown pheasant, but this is the first time where we've tried to drive them in a proper European manner. We're using a traditional peg system, and we've got 11 guns, 25 yards apart, and they're on these pegs, as we say. And I'm looking forward to some fast and exciting shooting, and all I can say is I hope you enjoyed it as much as I'm going to.
Oh, sure!
I'll tell you what, they're having the time of their lives. This is unbelievable. Here. You know, why fly the Atlantic when you can shoot me here in Oregon? We had the bull shot after the first drive in the traditional manner, and the fire. There was a little bit of camaraderie in the fact that we poached each other's birds, and that was done with, you know, true friendship.
Brilliant! Oh, God.
I've shot all over the world, shot throughout Europe on driven birds, and this is as good as you're going to find anywhere in the world. That drive was absolutely superb. And the shooting, I think they benefited from the practice at Clay's yesterday. They acquitted themselves well. Proud of them all. You know, after a great lunch, we're starting the third of our 4 drives of the day, and we got snow, and this is going to make it really interesting.
birds are coming on.
Just finishing up, end of the last drive, going home for a well-earned cocktail.
The action was as good or better than any of them hoped it might be. The Highland Hills Ranch topped off the night with an authentic Scottish piper.
Yeah, being a good Scottish boy, I thought it'd be fun, and this place being Highland Hills Ranch, I thought it'd be fun not only to have a driven shoot, but to have a piper in.
Who gladly piped down the haggis, a Scotch delicacy that guests were eager to try. Well, at least most of the guests were eager.
Very good. Best haggis I've had.
Happy Burns night.
The guns take to the fields for the walked-up hunt when we return. One of the best things about shooting driven pheasants happens the following day. That's when the hunters take to the fields to rough shoot the birds that eluded the pegs. On this beautiful crisp morning, they enjoy walked-up pheasant shooting at its very best, with partridge thrown in to boot.
Here we are, the third day. Yesterday we had all the action and the excitement of the driven, and now we're going to do some traditional upland bird hunting. We're here at Highland Hills Ranch in East Oregon, a couple of hours out of Portland, and I'm lucky enough to be shooting today with a couple of really dear and old friends, Michael Coleman and his father, Dudley Coleman. We're working with an English cocker as well, which makes it very special for me. Exciting little dog to work over. I think you'll enjoy it as much as I'm going to.
Any questions, anything you'd like to change, any concerns you have, you let me know. I'd be more than happy to take care of it. I want it to be an excellent hunt for everybody. Not just a good hunt, but an excellent.
First bird of the day, beautiful. You know, cock pheasant, getting up out the snow, getting up against that beautiful sky and background.
Today we're doing walk-up, and it's, I haven't done a lot of walked-up bird hunting. I've done lots of big game hunting, but the chance to be out here, and it's a beautiful day. I mean, yesterday it snowed all day, and today the sun's shining, and it's cold, but when you're in the sun, it's nice and warm, and to watch the dogs work, they've got some phenomenal dogs.
They're just beautiful, you know, when you see them against this light. Look at the light on those feathers. Fantastic.
My father and I have hunted all over the world as long as I've been around, and now we mostly do bird hunts. And to tell you the truth, you get to spend more social time bird hunting than you do big game hunting. We get to see more of each other, and you're able to talk more. And get on that path there where that dog's pointing.
I'm sorry for shooting that bird in front of you.
There's plenty more in here.
No, that's damn poor manners.
The fields are pretty heavily populated with the renegades that got away. Just incredible to see.
Yeah, was unpleasant.
Something got in your eyes, Michael.
Shot a little behind him, I guess.
Hey, Michael, come on, Michael! Yo! Excellent shot there.
Why does it, all of them wants to go in front of the sun?
I know, well, you got the glasses on, you got the welder's goggles on.
Yeah, right now it's over 15. Yep. Kelly? Yep. You I just work with them 24 hours a day.
Chucker, Michael, Chucker! Charlie, go and catch, boy!
Flexing again. That here, Charlie. Attaboy, Charlie.
Whether you take a bird or not, just watching the dogs and being out here today is worth it.
That one was hitting the head. That must have been Daddy got that one.
Oh, shot, sir.
Heel.
The scent from the snow with this little bit of frost gives great scenting conditions, and the dogs are just superb this time round. And we're seeing some fantastic shooting.
Stay tuned for more of Central Oregon's finest shooting when Wingshooting the World with Chris Bather returns. Chris Batha is enjoying the company of Michael and Dudley Coleman as they comb the fields of Highland Hills Ranch near Condon, Oregon. This vast spread offers them perfect opportunity to roust pheasants from their hiding places among the cover crops and tall grass. Many of these birds escaped the guns from the day before during the driven shoot. Their luck may change today, however, as these three demonstrate their shooting expertise.
Must weigh best part of 3 pounds. Don't know what it's been feeding on, but that's one beautiful bird. Look at the colours in the feathers and everything else.
That bird, that bird!
That's why they call it hunting.
Chucker!
No, it wasn't that. It was just a corner off the timing there.
Left! Barely got him.
Good boy.
Catch it up. Good boy.
We've got snow, which actually I think aided, or helped and added to the experience. It was very much like Scotland. These rolling downs and deep cliff faces are very Scottish in their look. And of course, with a sprinkling of snow, it was even better.
We've got to introduce Charlie to my wife when we get back to the lodge.
Be more than happy to.
The sun, wasn't it? No, the sun was over that side. That was actually cute.
Get bird, go on. I'm gonna take Charlie home with me. I've got 3 more American cockers at home, but I think Charlie will fit right in.
I think overall everybody's had a fantastic experience, and I'm told by most of them that they'll be coming back next year, which is rewarding in the fact that you come up with an idea and then you find somebody who's prepared to run with it like Dennis was.
I'd absolutely come back and do it again. For one thing, it's a great group here at the Highland Hills Ranch. The staff is just incredibly attentive to us, the guests. And, you know, Chris and Mr. Tate have assembled a wonderful group of people to get to know and to hunt with.
Had a lot of fun. The comradeship in this trip has been very good. We have a really nice group of well-balanced people.
I think the birds were just high-flying, and they came off the cliffs just as we predicted. The beaters did a great job, and we had a great shoot.
Beautiful birds, you know, Hungarian partridge, you had pheasant, you had the chukar, the quail, some fantastic shots. These guys are, yeah, everything has worked. Everything has worked. It's been quality from the moment we arrived.
I'm not sure I could describe a way that you could improve it. I mean, it's been a tremendous trip for me, a trip of once in a lifetime, which I plan to do every year after this. I would not miss this for the world.
And Highland Hills Ranch here in eastern Oregon in the high desert country is the perfect setting for European driven shooting.